All right, next step is our camera. We're going to select on the camera tile. And again, we'll go to our tile types. And we're going to go down and we're going to find our camera. So right in here is our camera tile type. We'll left click on that one. And then in our adjusting our properties, again, we can go in here and label these. So we'll call this our follow camera. Our general settings, when the game starts, you can leave this on. For our experience, we're going to have it where it turns off so that when the game starts, you don't actually see this tile inside the game. Now you could leave it on and you could actually set it up as a mechanic in the game if you wanted to. We'll go down to our thumbnail and select the camera follow. And then on the image offset, I'm actually going to set this back just a little bit so it drops behind. And that should be fine. And then we can get down to our collider. We're going to turn the collider off because we don't need the collider. I'm going to turn our point mode on, my clamp on. And then we're going to go down to our trigger settings for this one. We'll do our trigger settings here and enable our trigger settings. The trigger settings is so that when a character crosses or an object crosses, depending on how you want it to be triggered, then it turns it on. How you want to activate it, by default that works just fine. And then activate by play. And then the trigger state. I'm going to do this one as an on start. I could do it as an on enter so that when I enter that trigger box, then the camera comes on. Or I could say on start so that when the game starts, the camera is automatically assigned to it. For ease of use right now, we'll do on start. And then if you wanted to adjust the actual trigger box, the position, rotation, and scale, you could adjust it in there. All right, so that gets us how we want to set it up. The next thing we want to do is choose the camera type. So in here we can look at the different options that we've got. We've got a lot of different camera types that you can use and easily blend between different ones. The default is follow, so this is the one that we're going to want to use. And then we can go into our follow options. If you go down to the group rollout down here, we've got a follow. Follows up, down, left, and right, so we'll go ahead and leave it for the basic there. The ease in X and Y. We'll actually bump this up a little bit just to slow that easing in and on the up and down, left and right, just nice and smooth. You could adjust the different ways that it actually follows based on the screen dimensions. So that gets us set up for the follow, and then all the others are just the other cameras, so we don't need to worry about those. And that gets us going pretty good for our camera.